the town is always struggling to get roads fixed, and you know, with the budget, and appreciate it, and everybody's always pushing to get roads, and I'm going to speak about one road. I believe it was fixed in 2023. It was in a really rough shape, and I know the neighborhood, they really appreciate it. Those homes in that neighborhood are about 100 years old, and I just maybe like to draw a little picture of how things were designed in the past and maybe how things are looking now. So this is my PowerPoint presentation, old school. But I like schools maybe talk about some old school ethics and some old school building techniques at the same time. So, typical house. We're coming down here. Here's your basement. Here's your ground level. It's going up to your street. Very simple. There's your rough street, and away it goes. The design has always been the same. We have sewer in the streets, hopefully lower than the footing. So we run up a sewer line just below the footing, comes up, services to the house, and at the same time, there's a floor drain. So if any water ever comes into the basement, it simply runs away. That's the way it was done in 1925 when these houses were built, and it shouldn't be built like that now. Particular house I'm talking about is at 356 HAIG Street, and it's owned by a friend, Susan Barr. And I got a phone call in mid-March. The basement was flooded. There was more than a foot of water in the basement. There was never any water in this basement before. So she asked me to come over because I have knowledge. I've got many residential units and I've built lots, so maybe I could have a better understanding why after 100 years there was a foot of water in this basement. So I went over, and first thing we had to do was the lowest part is where the drain is, so get a pump and pump it down to where the drain is until there's no more water, and determine where the water is coming in. Well, the water was coming in from the old drain, from the drain. Okay, so how can water be coming in from the drain unless it's sewage? Well, it wasn't sewage water, it was storm water. We can all smell the difference. So storm water is coming in. Something doesn't make any sense. There's something here changed. Well, yes, when the street was put in 2023, somebody from the construction company came in and they ran a new sewer line. Oh, really? Well, you can see it right there. I do see it right there. It's a foot and a half off the floor. It's going through the wall right here. What happened that somebody actually came in the house, eliminated this, cut this line off, and put a new sewer line in? To me, I would think that the contractor had the new sewer too high and could no longer service the house from below the footing. So had to put a new hole through the wall, run to a new sewer, which obviously you'll always find that. Come out to here. Great. There's your outlet. Where's your drain? There is no drain. Now your old drain becomes your inlet. So in 2024, when there was very little snow, there was no issue. 2025, snow melt, it comes up, the outlet becomes the inlet. You get a foot of water in here, floods the furnace, brand new furnace, $5,000, motherboard's gone, the motors are gone in the furnace, everything in that basement is ruined. This was brought to the attention of the town. Of course, you can never get anybody. You always have to leave a voicemail. Doesn't matter where it is, but the town is very similar. You leave a voicemail, sometimes people get back to you, sometimes they don't. So after talking to pretty well everybody I could find, even the janitor, well, the issue should be going back to the contractor, should be going back to JP2G, the consultant, because they supervise that job. Okay, I called the contractor, because I know the well, the warranty is only for a year, and if this flood happened in 2024, the year there was no snow, we'd be liable for this. But we're not, because our year is up. Call the consultants. Okay, what's going on? You got files on this. Yeah, we see that we had to do something there, but I'm not sure what it is. But everybody knows that when there is a screw up like this, and you have to put a drain in here, building code says you have to put a sump pump in. You have to be able to get rid of that water in the basement. So what they've done, they just caused a swimming pool here, no drain. When they come in to do this, they should have installed a sump pump. If water came into the basement, it would be gone. It would be 101 years with no water. But that's not what they did. It was sheer negligence. I've been after the town, everybody that I could speak to, every employee. I would talk to the consultant, I talked to the contractor. Everybody said, nothing we can do, but you got to see your insurance company. Maybe they'll do something. So Susan Barr, the owner, has about $5,000 for the furnace, $2,000 for the deductible, $954 for the new sump pump. So she uses her claim. So now if there's ever a problem again, she already used her mulligan. She's got $2,000 and $954 on the sump pump. And this was in March, April, May, June. Has anybody even got back to me on this from the town or anybody? No. Has the town even sent somebody over to look at this after I've told everybody what the issue was? No, nobody cared. Nobody cared. Go through your insurance company. So what if the senior citizens got to come up with $2,000 and everything else to fix the problem? Everybody walked away from this. Nobody cares. So I am asking the town to first maybe look at that project to see if this was done in other houses so we don't have problems with other seniors that are living on the street. Because if it happened to one, it may be happening to other ones. Two, we should look at why this gentleman that somebody got back to him right away was really great. Two is why I'm even here explaining this when this should have been settled long before this, but it wasn't. Nobody cared, everybody passed the buck. Go see the engineer, go see this one, go see that one, go see that one, go see the insurance company. It was past the buck stops here. There's a $2,000 deductible. There's a cost of the sump pump. There should be other costs, but I think the town should be liable for that, and I think the town should look into this situation. So I can leave the invoice here for the sump pump and whatever else, but I see no reason why a senior citizen been here for 100 years in this house, never had a drop of water, should have to settle with this.